What's up, guys? Michael from Halfway back with a brand new video. Today I'm once again joined by my brother Nick, and this week we are going to be talking about our most anticipated movies of 2025.
Hopefully this list for me turns out better than it was for last year.
For 2024.
Yeah.
This is the second annual, I guess, now of the most anticipated movies list. It's funny because when you were talking about it the other day to me, you were saying that like there weren't that many movies coming out this year, and I was like, no, you're crazy. And then I went to go do my list, and I think you're right. There's a lot less movies coming out this year than I thought there were. I thought there were way more movies coming out, but it's not as stacked. I mean, it's stacked, but like it's not as crazy as I thought it was, I guess.
Because there's a lot of stuff that's like blur, like got moved to 2026. Mm-hmm. So I saw there was most recent posts are like movie postponed to 2026.
Yeah, there is like a lot, I guess, of I don't know. I guess. I mean, I think this year and next year both are stacked, but just like it's more spread out, I guess, which is better, I guess.
Yeah, I think next year is probably definitely more stacked with movies coming out.
So I have my top 10 list, but there are what I want to talk about before my top 10. Do you only have a top 10?
I only had a top 10. I was thinking about doing an honorable mention, but I was like, no.
Okay, I'm gonna do quick honorable mentions then. I feel I just knowing you, one of my honorable mentions is on your top 10. I know for a fucking fact one of them is.
I'm curious.
So
you name them off and I'll tell you if it is.
So real quick, there are some movies that I just want to mention that didn't make my top 10, but like I'm not even really excited for. Like there's movies that like I'm interested in seeing how they're gonna be when it's all said and done. The How to Train Your Dragon remake. I'm not necessarily excited for it, but I'm curious. Like it looks better than other live action remakes, so I'm kind of curious how that one's gonna be. Jurassic World Rebirth. I have not been a fan of the last two Jurassic World movies, and the turnaround for this one was so fast. Did you see all that? Have you been following that at all? Literally, like Jurassic World Dominion was hyped up as the final Jurassic Park movie, and then within a year they were like, actually we're making another one, and they filmed it, literally they announced it, filmed it, wrote it, whatever, all within last year. Like the turnaround this movie was so fast that I'm like, it's either going to be a huge piece of shit or it's going to be good. I really don't know. Like it's just I'm really interested in seeing how that movie is going to turn out.
I feel like a lot of the practical effects for the Jurassic World movies has already just been created, like all the CGI work.
Well, it's all CGI, but I think I've been hearing that this one's going to be more practical, which sounds better. And the director, it's Gareth Edwards. He did what's that movie? You didn't like it, and I didn't like it either. It was like the movie with the dude from Tenet. Man, I'm drawing a blank right now. The creator.
Yeah,
he did The Creator, and I don't think that movie is that great, but visually I think it's good.
Yeah, so visually it was good. Everything else about the movie was kind of like.
So that's why I'm excited for Jurassic World a little bit. It's not enough to be in my top 10, but like I'm like cautiously optimistic. Have not been a fan of the last two, but this one I'm like, even though it seems really rushed, there's something about it that I'm like, it could be good though. It could be good. Tron Ares, these are movies I'm like interested in seeing how they're gonna do. Tron Ares is one of those. I never saw Tron Legacy. I don't really care about the Tron movies. I've never seen that movie,
and it was like okay when I saw it.
Yeah, that's what everyone said. Like the trailer was the best part of that movie. I feel like I think the actual movie itself nobody really cared about, and I don't know. Like I feel like they were talking about Tron 3 for so long. So the fact that it's finally coming out, I'm like, I don't know if I'll see it. I don't really have an interest in seeing it, but if it's good, I will. But at the same time, it's a sequel to a movie that people don't really love anyway, and it stars Jared Leto. So I don't really have high hopes for that. And then there's the Michael Jackson biopic. I don't care about biopics like that really, but this one I'm more curious on the box office for this movie. I feel like that movie's gonna make a ton of money.
Oh, it's gonna make a shit.
That's why I wanted to mention it, because I'm like, I'm not excited for it. I don't know if I'll see it, but Bohemian Rhapsody is the highest grossing biopic at like $900 million or something. I could see Michael somehow breaking $1 billion because people love Michael Jackson, even though he's got all those weird allegations. Like people love Michael Jackson. I feel like he's gonna make money.
Before I go more into this, actually, Michael Jackson did make my top 10.
It did.
It made it at number 10, most anticipated.
Okay, then we'll talk about it.
We'll talk about it right now because we're probably not gonna discuss it really after this, right?
I mean, if you want to,
we can talk about it now really quick. Let's quick dive into it. Mostly because of Bohemian Rhapsody, how well that movie did, and there's so many people like hyped up for Michael Jackson. Just
I'm
in
surprised
general.
it made your top 10.
I think it'll be good. I
don't
do.
know.
I'm curious to see. I want to see the fandom during that era, like how crazy.
Well,
people
I'm not
went.
really. The thing I'm not looking forward to about it is the fact that and this is like always a red flag for biopics for me. It's produced fully by his family, so like they're not going to get into any of the stuff that makes him not interesting. I feel like it's the wrong way to word it, but like he was such a fucking weirdo, and I don't think they're going to get into any of that. And they're also I'm not sure if they're going to get into like the abuse that he like went through as a kid from his dad and shit. Like the fact that it's produced by his family makes me just I don't know. I'm a little resistant towards it. I just don't think that I don't think it'll cover the things that it needs to cover. And I feel like it's just going to be like a look how great he was. Look how great he was. But everybody like Michael Jackson's his life is too widely known to ignore the things that I think they're going to ignore. So, I don't know. Yeah. And then the other one, 28 years later. I've never seen the other 28 days later, 28 weeks later, but the new one looks pretty good. I know everyone's really excited about it. Didn't make my top 10 because I haven't seen the movies, but I think that's gonna be one of those franchises that I binge before the new one because I do want to see the new one. And then real quick, there's the Weeknd movie Hurry Up Tomorrow. It's like based on his album that's coming out this month. This is something that Childish Gambino was trying to do last year with Band of Stone and the New World. Do you remember that? Where it's like
it just
a
did not work
soundtrack, and then
out
the
at
movie
all.
never fucking came out.
Oh, that's right.
The movie never even came out. So, and I'm curious how this one's gonna be because it seems like it's an actual full length movie based on the album that's gonna be in theaters and stuff. So I'm kind of interested in seeing how that's gonna go. Don't know if it's gonna be good at all, but I'm interested. And then there's a untitled Trey Parker, Matt Stone, Kendrick Lamar comedy movie that's coming out this year. That was in my top 10.
Like that combination overall, it sounds like it's just like a recipe for like it's gonna be a fun time.
That was in my top 10, but I took it out because there's another movie that I forgot was coming out, and then I was like, there's not enough about it for me to put in a top 10, but it's 11. I'm because I'm a Kendrick simp, obviously, and then Trey Parker and Matt Stone are great, so I'm very much looking forward to that. And then Nobody 2. Did you ever see Nobody 1?
No.
It's with Bob Odenkirk from Better Call Saul. So it was a pretty fun like action movie. They're making a sequel. Not enough to be excited for a top 10, but I was like, okay, I'm excited for that. Did you know Zootopia 2 is coming out this year?
I've never seen Zootopia 1.
What?
So, yeah, never
That's
seen Zootopia
crazy. 1. I guess I never saw Moana 1, so that's your Moana. I didn't even know Zootopia 2 is coming out. I saw that. I was like, oh, okay. I'm looking forward to that. Hopefully it'll be good. I don't know. Maybe it'll be good. Maybe it'll be bad. And then the last movie that did not make my top 10 that I am positive made your top 10. And if Michael made your top 10, but this didn't, I'd be surprised. A Minecraft movie.
Nope.
Wow, dude, I'm surprised I didn't make your top 10. I'm not looking forward to it. It looks like it's going to make a ton of money though. I'd be very surprised if it did make $1 billion because it seems kind of like Mario where it's not going to be a good movie, but people aren't going to care and they're just going to be excited to see Minecraft as a full-length movie. I don't think it looks good at all. And I think you were saying that the last trailer looked better. I still disagree. I don't think it looks good. I feel like it would have been better as a fully animated movie because every single time the humans are on screen, it looks like a green screen to me, and I just can't separate that enough, and does not look good at all. But it's gonna make $1 billion probably.
Yeah, but I don't know about $1 billion, maybe at least 500 million.
I think it's gonna make $1 billion. I would be shocked if it like.
I'll meet you halfway, 750 million. I think that might be it.
I'm sticking at $1 billion. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I don't really whatever. But
we should look back and see what the box office was at the very end.
We should because there's another movie that I think I said this last year. I think I did. Oh my god, I need to go skim through that video last year because I'm pretty sure I mentioned. I was like, Deadpool Wolverine is going to make like $1 billion. I said it's going to make at least 900 million.
Pretty sure I agreed with you on
because
that one.
everyone was saying I was wrong for that, dude. Everyone was saying that I'm crazy. Everyone's like, it's not going to make $1 billion. It's rated R. Nobody cares about Deadpool anymore.
I really hope I agreed with you on that one.
I think you did.
Yeah.
Everyone that I talked to online, at least, not really as much in person. Everyone I talked to online said I was stupid for saying that it's going to make at least 900 million. And it made 1.3 billion. It was the second highest grossing movie of the year, I'm pretty sure. So to everyone who doubted me, go fuck yourself. I was right. So my lock for this year is that Minecraft is going to make a bill. I feel like that one will make a bill.
Yeah, that one I say under bill.
Under
because you say over, I'll say under a bill.
Bet. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Hey, watch, I'm going to be overconfident this year. It's going to make like $200 million. I just think there's enough kids out there who want to see Minecraft that won't care about it. They'll still go see it.
How much does the Mario movie make?
A bill.
Okay, so I guess it's like
Despicable
right
Me movies make like a bill. I think as long as it's like not overly bad, and I don't think even if it is, people will still watch it. I think it's going to make a lot of money. I know I'm going to unfortunately see it. I'm shit talking it, but
it's on my wish list of movies to see.
Oh, so it did make the top 10.
In the wish list, but it's not in the top 10.
Okay. Are there any honorable mentions you want to bring up?
Well, I honestly didn't anticipate it because I got rid of all my Lilo and Stitch. I think was one of the ones I'm curious to see. But again, it's a live action Disney movie, and they've all been known to flop.
I mean, the Jungle Book was good.
Lion King, I think the Lion King was the only one. The first.
No, they all made a lot of money. Like Aladdin, I think made $1 billion. Like they've all made a lot of money. They're just not very great. I think Lilo and Stitch I have more confidence in though. I don't know why. I'm gonna be real. I don't really care about the whole live action remake thing that other people do. Like people like get very up in arms about it. I've always been of the opinion that I don't really care. I don't go out and see them, so it doesn't really affect me. It's not ruining my childhood because they're making live action remakes. And the people that complain about it are not the target audience for those movies. These are movies made for children. And I know people are upset about it, like, oh, it's taking up the box office. But like those movies fund the movies you want to see. Everyone always says, and I gotta get this off my chest too, because we don't have a podcast anymore for me to bitch about this. Everyone always says, oh my God, Hollywood is out of ideas. They only make remakes and sequels nowadays. They never make anything original. And I hate that. You know why, Nick? For two reasons. One, they do make original movies. People just don't go and fucking see them. Like the people that bitch about it are not seeing all of the movies that they say they want to see. And two, did you see the top 10 box office of 2024? Before Wicked came out, it was all sequels. The top 10 was literally all fucking sequels. So people are like, why do they make these? And it's because that's what people go and see. That is exactly why they make these movies. You guys are just... It's one of those arguments that feel like people just say it to say it. You know what I mean? It's so frustrating. It's just like, you don't want to see Mufasa, bro? Don't fucking see Mufasa. It's not made for you. Just don't go see it. I didn't go see it. Sonic 3, like it. People actually like Sonic 3. That's not a great one, but you know what I mean. It's just like such a ridiculous argument. Like Lilo and Stitch. I don't know if I'll see it, but I have no opinion on it. I just don't care.
I'm gonna see it just because like I have a lot of memories as a kid watching the animated series.
I watched
the show a lot, and I also remember playing the game on the computer a lot as a kid, and I watched the movie quite a few times. Also,
I never really liked the movie as much. I feel like I liked the show though. I remember watching it on VHS a lot. Yeah. I think it looks better than some of the other live action movies. Like Stitch looks pretty great. But I don't know if I'll see it. It was originally a Disney Plus movie also that they decided to release theatrically. So that kind of makes me a little, how's it going to be? But yeah.
I'm glad you're able to delay talking about that rant right there because I was able to look into the other movies I checkmarked for my wish list. Ballerina, the John Wick. Yeah. Mostly I'm kind of more upon that world. I know it's going to be a sick action movie.
Yeah.
So that'll be like the cool action movie for the year.
I hate the title. It's one of the worst titles I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah, I just honestly
From the world of John Wick, Ballerina. That is the official title.
Yeah, it's stupid.
That's a tagline.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that is the official title. That's so weird. I don't get that.
Karate Kid Legends. Just because I've been watching Cobra Kai this whole entire time.
I thought that was maybe going to make your top 10. It's funny that's like an Avengers level movie. The fact that I didn't realize that the Jackie Chan Karate Kid wasn't necessarily a remake. It was, but it was like a
soft reboot almost.
Yeah, I didn't know that. I didn't know that he played a different character.
I thought it was also like a remake. I didn't know it was a soft reboot.
So I didn't know. Literally until I saw the trailer for the new one, I thought that it was a remake up until now. That movie came out in 2000. For 15 years, I thought that.
Do you think James Smith's going to be in the movie?
No. I mean, he could. I mean, honestly,
he was.
I don't want to laugh.
Karate Kid,
I don't want to laugh and say no because it is very possible for him to be in it.
He just shows up, makes a random cameo.
Yeah, Yeah, I'm interested. That's another movie I'm interested in. I've never seen any of the Karate Kids, never watched Cobra Kai, so I don't really have any basis on it. But when I heard about it being like a culmination movie, I was like, ooh, I'm a little simp for that, I guess. I was like, ooh, that sounds kind of cool.
And then the last one is Now You See Me 3.
Ugh, no.
Yeah, I saw the first one. I liked it. I don't remember seeing the second one. I don't know if I ever saw the second one.
That's so funny that you want to see that.
It's an honorable mention. I was like, I saw that one. I was like, oh, I'll check mark it. Maybe I'll see if it's good.
That's funny because I saw that on like the list and I was like, this seems like a year of like movies that have been in the works for such a long time finally coming out. Like Now You See Me 3, the Minecraft movie. Where was one of the other ones? Zootopia 2. Like, there's so many Tron Ares. These are a lot of movies that like I feel like they have been talking about for such a long time that's finally coming out. So I saw that one and I was like, that's such a random sequel, but sure, why not? I'm not gonna see it, but that's cool.
The last one for my honorable mention is I mentioned in the last video. I didn't include it in my top 10 just because I had it in my top 10 for 2024 and I wanted like a brand new like batch of 10 movies, which is Mickey 17. So
nice.
That's as my last honorable mention. Didn't make it because I put it in last year. So
all right,
I'm looking for that movie.
Then with all of our honorable mentions out of the way, I'm trying to think what the best way to do it would be. If you should just, I wonder if we're gonna have any overlap. That's
I think we will have some overlap.
Okay, so then how about you say your top 10, I'll say my top 10, and then we can dive into it.
Or I start at 10, we both do our 10s, and then if we happen to have overlap, then we talk about it.
No, just go through your 10.
All
just
right.
go through your 10.
All right, so at 10, Michael. 9, Wicked.
9, Wicked 2?
Yeah.
Okay.
8, 28 Years Later.
Have you seen the other 28 movies?
No, but honestly, have you seen the hype on the internet for this movie?
It's so funny though that it's how high it is. It's above the other two because that's funny.
Yeah, because like honestly, like I think I'm more excited for 28 Years Later just because I see the hype around that movie already, so it kind of gets me more hyped for that movie.
Okay.
Like I liked Wicked, but it was like
that's just funny.
yeah.
Okay,
but,
so go on.
Then next, How to Train Your Dragon.
Okay.
Captain America.
Okay.
Fantastic Four. Superman. F1.
Oh wow. Okay.
Tom Cruise, The Mission Impossible.
Tom Cruise. One of my most exciting movies. Tom Cruise.
And then Avatar.
Avatar's number 1.
Avatar's number 1.
Okay. Okay. So for my top 10 then, at number 10, Captain America: Brave New World. Number 9, F1. Number 8, Sinners. Number 7, Avatar: Fire and Ash. Number 6, Marty Supreme. Number 5, Thunderbolts. Number 4, Mickey 17. Number 3, Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning, or Tom Cruise. Number 2, The Fantastic Four: First Steps. And my number 1 most anticipated movie, Superman.
Okay, I want to do a quick honorable mention to Thunderbolts. Completely forgot to add that to my list.
I could tell. So yeah, those are my top 10. Pretty much, I'm just gonna run through mine real quick and just kind of talk about it. Captain America. I know there's a lot of people just like not really like into it. A lot of people are not excited. I don't really care. 1, I'm a Marvel simp, and 2, I think the biggest issue with it is the fact that they should just give him the super soldier serum. And I feel like that would solve so many things. And then I would be curious to see what people are still bitching about. Because it seems like that's like one of the biggest issues. They're like, how is he going to fight Red Hulk? And I do agree with that. I think it's kind of a crazy thing. And I saw a theory, and I think I know how he's going to beat him. I think what he's going to do is just pretty much... Because Red Hulk, his ability is like he gets... Like the angrier he gets, the hotter he gets. So the theory is that like... Sam is just going to fly around getting him angry and angry. He's going to try and hit him, but he won't be able to hit him, and it'll piss him off more and more to the point where he overheats. Like, that's how he's probably going to beat him. He's not going to beat him in a fight, which
kind of sad.
It's annoying just because I'm like, okay, so he probably won't get the super soldier serum still. And I just don't know why they don't do it. I guess because they had that whole show about like, it's not about the serum, it's about the person. But like at the same time, I feel like that's a hang up that a lot of people have with Sam Wilson, Captain America, is that he's not super soldier.
Or the blows that he takes. And the fact that he doesn't have a super
it's just like
serum.
it's too much for people, and that's why I'm like, if they just gave it to him, then I'd be curious to see what the actual criticism is. Because I like Sam Wilson. I think it makes sense to give him the mantle of Captain America. I'm excited for the movie. It's pretty much the Incredible Hulk 2, but disguised as Captain America movie, which I think is interesting. I just hope it's good. Like, I'm really worried with all the reshoots and stuff. I'm a little nervous, but if I'm hoping it's good, and that's why it's my number 10. I'm excited for it. I am excited for it. F1 sounds great. Yeah, that's one of yours too.
Yeah, I put that in my top 3 just because it's like the same director, right? As
Same
Top
director
Gun?
as Top Gun Maverick.
Yeah, that's honestly the main the immersion.
And they
being
recorded
in, the
inside of the actual cars and stuff. Do you see the trailer for it?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm. That's why I'm really excited.
I'm
just
excited
the
for
visual and obviously it'll be a great story. I'm hoping along with it too. That's why I made top 3 for that one. Just for I love Top Gun.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping to get the same vibes from that.
For me, I also at 8 I put Sinners. That's the Ryan Coogler, Michael B. Jordan movie. They have not missed. It's so funny that every movie that Ryan Coogler has directed, Michael B. Jordan has been in. They did Fruitvale Station, and then Creed, and then Black Panther, and Black Panther 2, and they were in every single one. So they have not missed yet. So I'm pretty excited for Sinners. I don't know anything about it still. It's like a vampire movie, I'm pretty sure. Do you remember the trailer for it?
No.
They played it during Interstellar. It's gonna be like another IMAX 70mm film. So I'm excited for it. I don't really know anything about it, but I'm excited for Sinners. Avatar: Fire and Ash. Crazy that we're getting an Avatar sequel so fast.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's how they planned it out too,
No,
right?
I know, yeah, but it's just so crazy going from waiting 13 years or however long it was to get Avatar 2 to Avatar 3 is definitely coming out either this year or next year. It's not going to get delayed the same way that Avatar 2 did. So it's just so weird. When I was looking at it, I'm like, fuck, it's crazy that Avatar 3 is coming out this year. And I'm excited. I'm not as big of a fan of the Avatar movies as everyone else, but they're good movies and the CGI is always great. So I'm excited for Avatar 3.
I know I'm going to be immersed in that world as well, as they're going through it. I'll probably just well, I remember watching Avatar 2. I did get just the mood just flowed so well.
Yeah.
So
Fucking long, too.
It was long. Yeah, exactly. I was surprised I was able to keep up the entire time.
I haven't watched it again just because it's very long.
Yeah. Well, I'll watch it again. I'll watch 1 and 2 again before this third one.
I don't know if I will. They're very long movies.
It'll be 1 week, 1
movies.
another week will be the second one, and then one will come out
But I'm excited for Fire and Ash. It looks cool. Yeah. Marty Supreme, I'm excited for. That's the new Josh Safdie movie. It stars Timothée Chalamet and Tyler, the Creator. So I'm excited to see Tyler in one of his debut. He's done acting before, but this is more like a film debut. And then Josh Safdie, he did Uncut Gems, Good Time, and all that. So I'm excited to see his next movie. And so I put that one kind of high up because I'm I'm kind of excited for that one. Thunderbolts you didn't put on there. But I'm excited for Thunderbolts. I have a lot more confidence in Thunderbolts than I do in Captain America. I'm hoping that Thunderbolts is going to be the underdog movie this year. I really hope that it's their Winter Soldier because I feel
or their Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, because I feel what they've been trying to do for a long time, and if that's the vibe I got from Falcon and the Winter Soldier, that's the vibe I got from Cap 4. It feels like they keep saying they're trying to replicate Winter Soldier without really understanding why that movie was so good. I don't want another Winter Soldier. I want another feeling of Winter Soldier. Do you know what I mean? Where it's unexpected how good it is. And you watch it and you're like, that was surprisingly great. I had a really great time with it. And same with Guardians too. I don't want another Guardians of the Galaxy. I want another movie that gives me that feeling of this feels original and fresh and it's just so fun. That's what I want. And so far all the trailers for Thunderbolts have been great. Thunderbolts looks really good. I'm excited for it. I put Mickey 17 up because we have opposite perspectives on that. Yeah. You didn't put it in your top 10 because you want fresh 10. I put it in my top 10 because I'm so fucking eager for that movie at this point. I just want to see it. I'm so annoyed that I've been waiting so long for this movie. It got delayed an entire year. I just want to see Mickey 17 already. It looks so good. I love the cast. The director is great. I want to see Mickey 17. I'm done.
I wonder if this is why the Batman keeps getting delayed too, is because they're waiting for him to be done with this.
No, it's been done. Mickey 17's been finished for over a year. If it was done last year, it's done. The movie's done. I don't know. They just delayed it, and it's so annoying. I just want to see it already. I'm fucking tired. Mission Impossible, I'm excited for. I love Mission Impossible. Probably my favorite action franchise aside from Marvel. They're always great. I didn't love the last one as much as I like Mission Impossible Fallout is my favorite one for sure. I didn't like that one as much, but I'm still looking forward to Final Reckoning. I think it's gonna be great. I hope it is the final one. I know they've done that before, but Tom Cruise is getting older, and I think that's kind of the mentality they're going with this is he probably could make another one, but it feel like it would be better just to end it while it's still him. I personally have no interest in a Mission Impossible series without Tom Cruise. You know what I mean?
What if it's still good though?
Just call it something else. I don't really need, me personally, I just have no interest in, because like Mission Impossible, the cool thing about it to me is like seeing Tom Cruise do this like insane real life stunt shit. Like
I feel like these movies are just made for him just to do these crazy stunts.
And that's why I'm like, I just don't, me personally, I don't have an interest in that franchise without him in it. So I do hope that this is like the final one, and I hope that it's him going out on his own terms and putting the franchise to rest in a positive way. And then, did you have Fantastic Four? You did, right?
Yeah, I have Fantastic Four.
Where did you have Fantastic Four at?
I had it at 5.
Yeah, I put it at 2. Like my number 1 and 2, the thing that they have in common, Superman and Fantastic Four, the thing that they have in common is that these are 2 movies that need a win. Like this is like the final attempt for both of them. These are 2 movies that have had previous iterations that just did not land. I feel like a lot is riding on both of these movies, especially because I'm getting all over, but it's funny too because not only is a lot riding on their individual franchises, like the future, like Superman as a film franchise going forward, Fantastic Four as a film franchise going forward, but it's crazy that the MCU and the DCU depend on these movies also, in my opinion, because like Cap 4, people are already expecting. They're writing that movie off. Like nobody really gives a shit about Cap 4. Thunderbolts is, like I was saying, I feel like it's going to be like the underdog movie that nobody expects to be good, and that is. But Fantastic Four is like, if they fuck this up, this is the MCU going forward. You know what I mean? Like Deadpool Wolverine was great, but that's different, you know?
Yeah. It was like more nostalgia. We've been asking for these 2 to share a screen for a while.
And it's not even that. It's such a different thing. Like, I don't think like the future of the MCU depended on Deadpool and Wolverine.
No.
But the future of the MCU definitely relies on Fantastic Four. Like, they should be the new central characters going forward. It's like what the MCU has been missing since Endgame, is having like a core team of people that we can follow for like years. And it's the Fantastic Four, dude. Like, and same with Superman. It's like those movies, the DC movies have failed so many times, and people are done with them. People are done with DC. If Superman fails, I don't think there's going to be a DC going forward besides Batman. Like, I really don't.
Yeah. Then they just go back to individual stories again instead of trying to do like a whole
But even
DCU.
then, I just don't know if they'll ever touch any of these characters again besides Batman. Because everything's been failing. The Flash failed. Blue Beetle failed. Shazam failed. Aquaman failed. Like, nobody really... And I'm sure they'll keep trying, but, like, if Superman fails, it's over. Like, pack it up. It's done. Like, maybe try again in another 10 years, but, like, I don't know. So, that's why I put those on my number 1 and number 2. I put Superman at number 1 because I'm just really excited. Like, the trailer.
And then also,
amazing.
like, Superman, you saw, like, the early screening reviews, right? Apparently it was like positive, like the early screenings.
I don't really trust all that because it's just test screening kind of stuff. So
but at least it could be worse than they do a test screening and then they have to do rewrites like what happened with Captain America.
Well, true, but do you remember back in the day, all the reports before Batman vs Superman came out? There are so many reports of this. They got a standing ovation. It's standing ovations. Yeah. So I don't trust that shit. Yeah. Every time I think about like a test screening positive, I just remember when BVS got standing ovations in its test screenings, and then look how that movie fucking turned out. So yeah, but it was a toss up between Superman and Fantastic Four. They're pretty much the same level, but Superman, I love DC. I want to see DC finally like move forward and have like a positive, good universe. And Fantastic Four, I'm excited to see a good Fantastic Four movie. Hopefully, and the MCU I think really needs something like that. Like they've had a lot of like ups and downs, but I think it's make or break a little bit with Fantastic Four.
Yeah, I agree there.
So, what other movies you want to talk about?
Just quick tidbits on. So first, like I put How to Train Your Dragon. I think that was my number 7. Mm-hmm. Just because I loved the animated ones. I remember we watched all the animated ones together, right?
We definitely saw the third one. I think I watched 1 and 2 by myself because I had never seen them growing up. I watched them for the first time before I think the third one.
Yeah, never watched them growing up either. And then watching the first and second, I just loved them. I just love that trilogy.
Yeah, me too.
I think it was really well done. So I'm curious to see how they're going to do this. If it's going to be a reboot or if it's going to do just a remake.
I think it's going to be a remake.
It's a remake?
Yeah, it's a 1-for-1 remake.
All right.
But what has me interested about it didn't make my top 10 just because they're like the 10 that I mentioned, I'm more excited for. But what gets me more optimistic for How to Train Your Dragon over other live action remakes. It's the same director from the original animated trilogy. They even got the same like the guy who plays his dad is the same actor in the animated movies as in the live action movies. So I think that's cool, and it's like I think even the screenwriters are the same. So like a lot of the original team is involved in the live action remake, and the trailer also looked pretty great. Like Toothless,
yeah, Toothless. Yeah.
He looks perfect. Like he looks perfect.
I feel like why that's in my top 10 is just like I feel like we give him more time to like polish this first movie more, knowing where this movie leads within the trilogy. Maybe gives him more time to like polish the original story up just a little bit.
Yeah,
not that it needs polishing, but
I don't think it does. But I see what you. I think it's kind of just getting a chance to do it over again is interesting to me. Yeah, like being able to like, yeah, I see not polishing it necessarily, but like maybe things that they wish that they did in the first one. And yeah, like you're saying, knowing where the trilogy goes, I feel like that gives them an opportunity to maybe include things in the first movie that they weren't able to or didn't even think about doing.
Yeah, and then this way too is like it could lead to like other, if this does well box office, could lead to more maybe live action spinoffs that could just benefit the story as a whole, or give more I guess, just explore this world more, because I did enjoy the world of How to Train Your Dragon.
Like I said before, I do think it's interesting the way that the different reactions towards this one, which seems pretty positive compared to Disney live action, where people are like, why the fuck are you doing that? You're ruining my childhood. Why are you making me? Nobody asked for these live action remakes. And then this comes out and people are like, oh, that looks great. I'm so excited.
I think because the trailer just was so well, and like who's involved, I think.
I guess, but I just think it's a bit hypocritical. It's a bit hypocritical in my opinion. But that's not to discount it, because I do agree. I have interest in the new How to Train Your Dragon.
And then lastly, just Wicked 2. I liked Wicked. I've never seen the play, so I'm like, I want to know. Like when it was over, I was like, I want to know like what happens next. So I was like, I'm surprised it's coming out so quickly. To be honest,
because they filmed it back to back.
Yeah, I was like surprised, like how like wow, it's already coming out.
But part of me feels like they're gonna delay it. I feel because I
hope it doesn't make my honorable mention.
I feel like it's gonna get delayed, just because I feel like they're gonna try and ride off the success a little bit longer. You know what I mean? Like kind of like how Attack on Titan, for example, did that, where instead of just ending it as quickly as they can, they dragged it out to keep like the fandom going longer than they can. I have a feeling they're gonna delay it until 2026, just because I think they want to hold on to that a little longer. Because then you get like 3 straight years or even 4 straight years of Wicked, because with award seasons and everything, like I don't know. I can.
And then gives them time to make to redo
Wizard of Oz.
Yeah, exactly. So then they have like 6 years.
Don't ruin my childhood, Nick. No, but like Wicked, and I don't know if I ever talked about this publicly. Like, I think Wicked is good. It's a fine movie. It's just not for me. Like, I don't have anything negative to say about it. But it just wasn't really for me. I'm not really a big musical guy. I don't know. So Wicked 2, like, I'm not looking forward to it, but I'm not looking forward to it. Like, I'll see it. Like, I will see Wicked 2, but I'm not like, holy shit, I'm fucking hyped for Wicked 2. And when Wicked 1 ended, I wasn't, like you were saying, me personally, I wasn't like, where's this going to go next? I don't think you were in the car with us. What I was saying was, like, to be honest, if they didn't make a Wicked 2, I don't think it would affect anything, in my opinion, because it ends on a cliffhanger, I guess. And Justin was saying, like, oh, you don't know, this is only half of the play and there's still so much to go through. And I'm like, I guess. But let's just say, for argument's sake, they don't make Wicked 2. Would you really be like, what happens next? Because Wizard of Oz exists.
I just want to know next. Like what happened after, like all that, like how she got the monkeys.
I guess that's what Justin's argument was, and I get it, because it is still half the play. But I'm saying, for me, I'm just like, if I never saw Wicked 2, I wouldn't be like, I wouldn't really be questioning. I feel like it does wrap it up well enough, if that makes sense.
Yeah. I just want to see, like, how evil does she get, like, after this, and, like, to the point where they just want to.
Yo, Ariana Grande's character. This isn't a Wicked review, but Ariana Grande's character is such a snake, dude. I don't like her at all. Oh my god, what a fake ass friend. Dude. Yeah, what a fake ass friend.
Like off the bat, like right at the very beginning of the movie too.
Just like, oh, I'm glad she's dead. What the fuck? What could she have possibly done between Wicked 1 and the events of Wizard of Oz to make her hate her that bad.
Take her man.
And that's what Wicked Part 2 is about. So if you guys want to see what we think of Wicked 2, check back next year for our 2025 movie ranking.
Oh, man.
But is there anything else you want to talk about? Any other movies?
No, that's it.
So yeah, those are our top 10 lists then. Like we were saying, there wasn't like, when I was looking through it, there weren't as many big movies that I thought there were going to be, but like there are some pretty important movies, I feel like Superman and Fantastic Four, like very, very excited for those to see how those turn out. And I think both those studios need a win, and I really hope that it pays off. I hope we're, because again, if those flop, we're officially, I mean, I think we're already getting there, but the superhero era is dead 100% if those two movies fail.
I'm like looking at my top 10. I really, honestly, I hope this is my top 10 for like next year too.
I really hope so too. I hope dude, Nick, I was so excited for Man of Steel to come out, and that movie fucking sucked. Like, I did not like it at all. I was so disappointed by Man of Steel. I hope Superman isn't the same thing, and I don't think it will. I have more confidence in Superman, but that'd be a real bummer.
Dude, mostly because they know.
Yeah.
They know if this flops, it's done.
But they
right?
knew that like 20 times is the issue. And again, I'm saying that like, I trust James Gunn, and I know I do agree, but it's like, you would think they knew that so many other times. Like, they've known that, and they still fucked it up. But it's chill. I don't really care that much. So thank you guys so much for watching this. Please make sure to like, subscribe, share with your friends. Let us know in the comments if there's any movies in 2025 that you're excited for that we didn't mention. Or maybe we did mention one of your favorite movies and you're excited for. So let us know in the comments below. Anything else you want to add?
Please subscribe to my brother's YouTube channel.
Okay, thank you. Goodbye.